Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Shiny D coming live and at you, shooting some fun fitness stuff at my buddy Brent's house. And what I want to talk about today is just general fitness and inspiration. You know, I see a lot of people taking fitness so seriously, and I think that becomes kind of intimidating for other people. And don't get me wrong, I take fitness extremely seriously. Like, I'm one of those guys you'll see in the gym, and I have my headphones on, I'm like, ah! Like, actually, you know, it was a couple weeks ago, but it's pretty fresh in my mind. I was actually using one of these cable machines, and I was just doing these crazy lat pull downs. I was doing these pull downs with this bar, right? And I'm just going berserk, probably on way too much pre-workout, and I'm just pulling it down, listening to my metal music, and I let go of it, and it just, the bar just kind of flies, and it hits me right over the eye, and opens up this big gash. And it made me just stop and kind of laugh, because, you know, I love what I'm doing, so I do take it seriously, but at the same time, I recognize that, you know, I don't want to take myself too seriously. Just because I take something seriously doesn't mean I need to take myself too seriously, because then I kind of just let my ego kind of run away with that. And I see that a lot in fitness. You know, I see people becoming kind of intimidated by what fitness is. A friend of mine actually sent me an article the other week, and it was how the fitness industry, I actually haven't read the article yet, but I imagine this is what it was. It was how the fitness industry is ruining exercise for people. And what I got from that is I see a lot of people intimidated to get into the gym, you know. If you're out of weight, or if you're overweight, or if you're out of shape, you know, I can see seeing a physique, you know, like mine, or, you know, mine's relatively okay in the spectrum of what it could be. It's all perspective, right? But what I want to remind you guys is if you haven't been doing a lot of fitness, it's just practice like everything else. So think about something else in your life that you've gotten really good at. You know, you didn't just go into it being really good, or maybe you did. Maybe you're an incredible outlier, an exception to the rules, and a prodigy. That's awesome, but that's not what I'm addressing right now. Everything takes practice. So fitness, like everything else, it's just an amalgamation of hours, and it's just how much time you put in. That's going to dictate where you are. So if you're not strong going into something, that's totally okay. You just haven't spent the time in it. You haven't spent the time to get the results, right? And, you know, think about what your goal is and where you want to be, right? You don't have to compare that to anyone else. Like, I look great to one person, but to somebody else, you know, my body fat's like 8% instead of whatever, and their diet's a little cleaner, and they're a little more jacked, whatever it is, right? It's all just perspective. So don't try to compare that to anyone. Don't feel bad comparing yourself to anyone. Like, if you're an overweight person and you're going into a gym, you might think people are judging you in the gym, and maybe somebody is, but they're just an asshole if they are. So completely disregard what they think, because they're not important anyway. But for someone like me, when I see somebody in the gym putting in that time, especially if I see some overweight person and they're really pushing and working on it, I don't think, oh man, this person, like, blah, 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 get out of the gym, you don't belong here. I think, wow, good for them, you know, that must be really difficult to get into the gym, to see all these people around you. That can be kind of discouraging. But don't let it be discouraging, because know that people like myself, we see you and we admire that effort. And just know that if you put that time in, if you really want to transform your body, you can. It's just time. It's just hours. So put that in. Surround yourself with positive people that are going to encourage you to do that, because it's just a matter of hours. So don't let anybody else, like, if somebody's judging you in the gym, they're assholes. Maybe they're taking too much steroids, whatever it is, right? Completely don't even listen to them, because I see people like that. I see people like trying to put in that time, and I recognize that and I admire that. So I just want to encourage you guys. Don't be discouraged. It's just a matter of time and practice. Think about what your goal is, not what somebody else's goal is. If you want abs, if you want a six-pack, if you want to increase your health, whatever it is, just start taking the time. Don't be discouraged. You know, the biggest journey, the highest mountain, it starts with that single step, right? So think about what you can do to take that single step, and just start making those steps and putting in that time. And just know, if you give that time, it might take a while, but you will eventually get those results. So again, I encourage you, no matter what shape you are, no matter what size you are, no matter where your fitness is, get into your body, start moving, start playing, find things that you like to do. You know, create a fitness regime that's really fun. Like when I'm working with clients, if they don't like to go into the gym, I'm not going to push them to go into the gym. I'm going to find whatever it is you love to do. You know, maybe that was playing a sport when you were younger. Think about whatever you used to love maybe as a kid, because I find often the things that we did as kids and we disconnected from, there's still a part of us that loves to do that. Like, recently I've gotten to doing jiu-jitsu and martial arts and boxing, and as a kid I used to fight, right, and that was really unhealthy, so I had to disconnect from that. But now I found still some of the things that I did when I was younger I love to do. So think about what you love to do. Think about ways to make fitness fun. Take it as serious as you want, but don't take yourself too serious. Make that discernment and just start getting in there, putting in the time. Just, I encourage you, remember, take those little steps, those little micro steps. One day you can look however you want. You just got to put that time and that energy in. So Mr. Shine Divine, just encouraging you. You know, don't let other people wreck fitness for you. Make it your practice, have fun with it, transform your body, get healthy, make some play, make some movement. It'll make your sex life better, you'll feel better, get those dopamine going, those endorphins. I just love it, love life. I love to move, so that's why I do it. So I'm encouraging you to connect with that love for movements or that love for your body and whatever that expression looks like. Thanks for tuning in, guys.